Hello and welcome back to Oracle Mystica. Today, I have been inspired by the current conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune that is taking place. This will be posted several days after the exact conjunction, but it's in a tight relationship for a little while, so it will still be in the air when this is uploaded for you guys. So these two planets, Jupiter and Neptune, they meet up once every 12 to 13 years, and they'll kind of like meet up moving around the zodiac in different signs. So given the time span between their conjunctions when they meet up in the heavens, that means that we in our lifetimes are not going to experience will not experience those two planets connecting in every sign. So every time it happens, it's the only time we'll experience that in that sign. So what that means, what these two planets mean, and where they're meeting up, what that means, let's dive into that. So Jupiter is the great benefic planet. It's our biggest planet. It's very optimistic. It expands anything it touches. It has kind of a visionary aim. It pushes us out of our comfort zones. It pushes our boundaries for us to open new doors, to gain new perspectives. And then Neptune is the dreamer, the artist, the illusionist, the magician, the spiritualist, the mystic. And so these two meeting up, you may kind of already be feeling like, well, this feels a little delusional to me, like grandness and dreams, but where's the detail and the planning? But the thing is these two, when they align, when we make intentions with their alignment, the details aren't as important. It's about belief and trust and this openness to right timing and the right people and circumstances and resources and whatever. Believing that when we get clear with that Jupiter aim and focus about a dream and the steps in that dream, when we're clear on those, the right thing, this is about right timing. And so believing in the biggest, grandest, most magnificent thing you've ever dreamt of, and just believing that it will happen because divine timing, magical timing is favored with this connection. So this reading is all about trying to hone in on the biggest, beautiful, most aligned. We do want our dreams to be aligned. If they're not, they're not actually going to go anywhere. So we're really going to hone in on finding what in us needs alignment to help us find the aim, find the clarity of a dream we've never dared dream, to actually ground it and say, yes, I am going to ask the universe for this, and I am going to take it seriously, and I am going to believe in the reality that this is something that could manifest in my life and feel positive about it. So we're going to look at all of these decks are going to be in each reading, but I've picked decks that align with the different elements to help you kind of channel into maybe which element might need a little bit more clarity for you. That might be the pile that has the best message for you. So like, where in our body, our soul, what do we need to feel kinesthetically within us, sensory wise, perception wise, within us? Like, how do we get in touch with that to help release this dream that we've never dared dream, or to connect to a dream that we never allowed ourselves to dream, or a new dream that we just allow to flow into our lives. And then we have the feather. So this one was the Dirt Gem deck and Selenite Tower. And then we've got the Air element with a white peacock feather. This is a really beautiful feather that I just got in LA. And the Divine Feather Messenger deck here. So maybe you're someone who gets tripped up by your thoughts, by your mind. So there might be a message in this pile, even though we're really going to harmonize all of these things, but maybe specifically for you, there's some settling of mental energy that is needed for you to allow this magnificent dream to come in. And then we've got the Priestesses of Light Oracle here with a beautiful candle to connect to the fire energy. Maybe drive is where you get tripped up, and belief in the divine and belief in something sacred out there guiding you that's bigger than you, and just a willpower as well. And then here we've got a shell and the Nocturna Oracle, and I chose this for the water element, this deck, because it, even though it has all sorts of different earth things, this is about the things that either blossom or come out or thrive in the nighttime. So it has a deep connection to subconscious, and I really connect water to that. So maybe there's something that you can't quite pinpoint, you get tripped up with just subconscious stuff that obscures reality for you, or obscures a certain clarity about direction in your life. So those are the 4 piles. And initially in this reading, we're going to kind of look at the 4 elements of all of these. In each reading, we'll do all of these, and kind of see where you need to harmonize in each of them, what energy you need to channel and tap into to kind of allow for the greatest attunement within yourself, to be able to connect to a magnificent dream that could be really grounded and manifested at this time. And then we're going to work on identifying maybe what this dream is with a few oracle cards. And then once we have a little bit more identification around what this dream might be, we're going to look at a few things about your relationship to it and anything in your energetics, your chakras and body that need sort of alignment to. So we're doing several kind of rounds of aligning energy to really help you calibrate and open and clear the way for you to allow this dream to come in. And then at the end, we'll do some tarot cards to kind of look at the energy around this, what's currently around you, what's coming, to help just to help really, really hone in on this and really take advantage of this beautiful aspect in the heavens that has so much potential if we can channel belief and attunement and alignment and flow and openness and all those beautiful things. So this is the time where you might want to hone in, feel into the different decks. I always suggest taking a few deep breaths. I'll do one with you. So deep breath in, hold at the top, and maybe close your eyes and look towards your the space between your brows, your third eye. And then as you breathe out, do a deep ah, which opens your crown chakra and really connects you to some inspiration. So you can do a couple of those. And if you need a little bit more time honing in on the energy of the piles, this is where you can pause and take some time with that. And I will see you in your piles. So this will be pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. All right, I'll see you in your readings. Hello, pile 1. If this is you guys, you picked the pile with the selenite tower and the element of earth. Okay, so initially we're going to look at the energy currently in your body, mind, spirit, and fluidity, kind of emotion, and see what needs some attunement, what needs attention in order to sort of open up more. And these are kind of indicating maybe where there are some current blocks or energies trying to come in, even if it's not blocked, just like bringing awareness to what's trying to come in that's really related to this Jupiter-Neptune transit, their conjunction in Pisces for you. Okay, so let's look at, got Rosemary for the earth element, Crane for air, Wisdom for the fire element, and Shark for the water element. Okay, so starting with earth, which I really connect kind of to our physicality, our body in this instance. This is saying that there's something that's really trying to come in, or that you're needing to do to help bring in this big new dream and intention and wish with the Jupiter-Neptune transit around a sense of grounding and belonging and feeling a certain security and rootedness in life. And so I think like just being aware of that sort of an energy trying to come in, a big dream, like maybe this is something that's always felt elusive to you, or you've really had some fears of dreaming of like a really solid, stable, secure foundation where you really feel at home and really feel a sense of belonging, whether it's to a land or a home or a certain group. So there's definitely like some grounding work you could do to really feel the earth below you, that your body is a safe home for you. Wherever you do live, if there's just a space you can take to kind of like really make your own, really make it feel reflective of you, and a space that really reflects you and makes you feel like yourself, and allows you to have really just your own energy in it. So somewhere, even if it's just like a nook somewhere that like other people can't really touch, even if it's, you know, your bedroom, whatever it is, but like something that's just your own, and really paying attention to that energy of like, what is my grounding? How does that physically manifest? How do I want that to feel? Might really relax your body and help it to get in touch with some bigger dream around this. A home of your own, a family of your own. And I definitely am seeing that this might be connected to like really, really deeply wishing for like your spiritual soulmate to come in and to create some kind of foundation and happy belonging of your own with some partner, because the crane, this card is saying you will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity bless this union. So that might be where your mind is an idea that's either coming into your mind, or something that your mind is blocking for some reason. And this is just saying to try and trust that maybe this ability to ground and find belonging actually has some deep connection to relationships for whatever reason for you, and that you need to relax your mind to be more open and believing in the idea of this like real spiritual soul partner coming in that might help you to kind of feel more grounded and more belonging in, you know, where you are, where you live, where you create your spaces and roots in life. And then looking at the fire element, we have the priestess of wisdom, learning, joy, art, music. This feels definitely like Sarasvati to me, especially with the swans there. I feel like this is a direct nod to her. So I think that your fire, your drive is very artistic, and it's something that's needing more expression. You know, Neptune and this transit happening in Pisces. So Neptune rules the sign of Pisces. So Jupiter and Neptune conjunct are in Pisces. So Neptune's in its home sign. And actually Jupiter is the traditional ruler of Pisces. So, but that Piscean and Neptune energy, they are very much so connected with art and music. So there's something about that for you that's really important, that will, you know, if you allow yourself to believe in your artistic potential or skills that you already have, I think a new fire, a new sense of willpower, a new connection to the divine and source will come in. And I do have the impression that there's something so important here to me about this, like building a home with a partner that is something that's so deeply wanted and is like the priority. And so it's blocking you from really expressing this creative, artistic side of yourself. So I feel like this is a priority of like really making sure that you put a beautiful wish fulfillment, dream and belief in this ability to find an aligned partnership that you can settle down with in a space, and the belief in that and the manifesting of that is really going to give you the foundation and the stress relief maybe that is here, that will help you to step into this artistic quality, artistic enchantress that you are. So there's something about this being a priority, but it giving you the foundation and the release to really step into your artist archetype, you know. And then with the water element, we've got the shark, and this is saying subconsciously you are hunting all of this actively. Like you are, and you need to bring this more conscious, because you're doing, you know, like this being, for in this reading specifically, I'm really connecting this water to the subconscious, and you know, you're making bold shark moves, but because it's a little unconscious, it could be felt in the outer world, or putting off sort of a fluidity and energy that's more aggressive than you realize, and a little bit more giving you a quality that may, how to put this right, that may make people a little standoffish. And so being more aware of how active and driven and assertive you are being about trying to bring these things into fruition, and just being more honest with yourself about it, and hence more able to outwardly be a shark. Like a shark is a beautiful creature and a magnificent creature, and magical to watch. And so if you know you're a shark, you know how to use that energy in a really beautiful, magnetic way. But if you're kind of like suppressing that shark, but people still, you know, the things we suppress, people still get a vibe about it. It's like communicating that that you're not okay with who you are, you know. So you just need to be like really open and honest with yourself that you're a little bit more of a hunter, conqueror, assertive person than you let yourself see, or there's something around this that it's like there's a weird messaging that happened in your life at some point that this wasn't an okay archetype to be, but it is. It's beautiful, like whatever you are. And if you can embrace that you are a conqueror and a hunter, and I don't want to use the word a predator because that has some negative charge to it, but like, you know what you want and you go after it, and stop trying to suppress or oppress or deflect that, because you're still doing it. You just need to embrace it so you can do it with more prowess and more respect and command, and it will really calm your emotional field, your emotional body, because there's something about like blocking this real powerful emotional quality of assertion that you have that it's doing some weird things, and you just need to embrace it and say to hell with whatever message implanted in you that it wasn't okay to be this. So you need to just embrace how driven, how your emotions are a driving factor for you, are a asserting, willful factor in your life. So, okay, now that we have some thoughts about how to kind of like tap into these different elements in a way that will help you to find some clarity about a big, magnificent, beautiful dream coming in that you want to make a wish around, intention around, dare to dream. Let's pull a few archetype cards to see if we can kind of identify what this actual dream is. I think we already have like a little bit of information about, finding belonging with a partner and unleashing your artist side, but let's get a little bit more specific here. The siren, that totally matches, sort of like the muse, you're a muse, or you want to find muses that inspire you, or you want to be a muse. Kairos, right timing. And the vow. Yeah, I mean, this to me is just sort of doubling down on what's already been said. Like, you really have a muse quality about you, and you really want to unleash this. But you need to believe, like I said, this whole reading, this whole conjunction, and the wish that intention and wish we're able to attach to this conjunction is about a belief in right timing, in divine timing. And so there's something here that's communicating that you do really need to work on that belief. Make a really, really mini dream intention. That's something that could manifest within a week's time. And do one that you feel, that doesn't feel so big or so out of reach that you have doubt around it. Try and find a little dream, a little wish that when you express it, when you write it down, it feels right. Just a mini one, and watch over the week how it comes into fruition. And use that as a template of like building up this trust in divine timing. And then the vow, this is again, like I almost want to trade places here. So we've got the vow, which I think really connects to this deep, deep longing for like, I really want to say this is a marriage. You really want a marriage, and you want to settle down and have a home with someone that feels like your real divine counterpart, that feels magical and alive and secure. And that's a wish you need to find a way to when you wish it, have it feel right in you, have it feel like something you trust and believe in. And then, you know, we've talked about Kairos, divine timing, and then this siren with the wisdom priestess, or I just want to call her Saraswati. This is, yeah, your wish to be a muse in the world, to enchant the world, to find muses that inspire you and to be a muse of inspiration to others, and to just really unleash that aspect of yourself. That's definitely what's coming through here for me. Like, we've kind of already identified it, but you know, this is just a little bit extra context that, yeah, this is specifically like a marriage, and this is specifically muse energy, both being inspired by muses and being a muse for others. Okay. Do a few more cards around identifying this kind of water. Okay. And the hidden. It's amazing that these cards came out under this water element. It is so hidden from you. You really, this is like confirming that you really, really, really need to tap into your emotions and your subconscious. That is something that you really aren't seeing, of how assertive and shark-like you are, and how to figure out a way to positively associate with this, how to identify it in yourself, how to bring it more into consciousness and embrace it as beautiful, as magnetic, as magnificent, as powerful. So it's like really, really bringing something about this from the subconscious, from the hidden, up to your surface, so that it can be more fluid, so you can be the siren without weird energy around you. You know, that you inspire. Part of your siren, muse, artist energy is about having prowess and a little bit of fearful strength that you channel, and to do that really consciously and with nuance, and yeah, just like being so much more aware of it, so that your emotional body is free to flow, is free to be muse-like, is free to be a little bit more ferocious and cocky, I think. Okay, so we are also going to look at just some more attunement stuff. We're going to look at how I actually want to pull, because I think there's like two wishes here. I'm going to pull two cards, or two little piles with this round of cards around your relationship. I mean, we've already kind of uncovered some of this, but a little bit more information about your relationship to these wish fulfillments or wish intentions, the marriage and home, and the muse, unleashing your fierce muse. So grace around the marriage and home thing, and forgiveness around this. Yes, totally. Hold on, we're going to pull a couple cards and then we'll dive in. Again, more forgiveness. You know, Pisces is a sign, and Neptune, of forgiveness, of compassion, of karmic completion, literally. Okay, so around marriage, around finding, I mean, even if it's not marriage specifically to you, but this union with place, with belonging, and with whether it's, you know, marriage type partner or some sort of partnership you're needing to feel this kind of belonging. Your relationship to this wish, this energy right now is grace. The frequency of grace supports our smooth adaptation to and anticipation of life's currents and changes as we evolve toward a higher version of ourselves on this earthly plane, bridging the divine with the human essence. So I feel like your relationship right now is you are allowing more spiritual energy and belief in. And so like keep that up, but something that is going to allow this grace to really implant and empower this wish is some sort of forgiveness. I want to say there's some kind of ending cycle coming in right now where you're seeing things more holistically, where you're seeing a lot more understanding from a big picture of through some reflection of whether it's, and it's probably both, because I'm seeing this mirroring of the 9 and 6 of like there's things in yourself you need to forgive around partnerships and finding your belonging and roots, and there's other people you need to forgive. And by allowing the energy of forgiveness on both sides of that fence, a new balance, that 6 energy will really come in of like harmony, balance, beauty, commitment. The 6 can be beautiful energy for, marriage and real commitment there. So the energy of forgiveness, I think if you can work through that around these issues of finding your roots, finding your belongings, finding partners, this beautiful relationship of grace is going to attach to this wish and really, really bring this in a graceful, beautiful way. Okay, and so then around the muse energy, the artist energy, and allowing yourself to be a little bit more bold about your prowess. Again, we have forgiveness here, and I'd already tapped into this feeling of like there's something like we talked about before, there's something you're not seeing about this aspect of yourself that's doing some weird things in your emotional body, but there's something you need to forgive. So it says the energy of forgiveness strengthens our capacity to let go of unwanted feelings and emotions, right? So this was the feelings and emotion card, the water. So wherever you think you got blocked around embracing your shark emotion, you need to find forgiveness for this, and you need to move on from whatever that was, whether it was a person or culture or just general norms of people around you or personal experiences that when you were younger, maybe you were embracing of your shark, but like people reacted badly to it because this is something that as an immature shark maybe isn't as well taken, but as an adult mature shark, you know how to channel this more appropriately. So you need to forgive any blocks around being this, to really allow your emotional body to clear out and to embrace this prowess you have. And this is happening. You're a 10. This is at a final place. You're releasing this. This is to me saying that yes, you are indeed, whether it's right now or just recently or coming in the next very, very soon time, this is going to be reflected to you, what's going on here, and it's really going to help you. You're coming to a completion here, a karmic completion, and that's going to make it easier for you to find some forgiveness around whatever it is, and this is really going to help you to unleash your siren and your muse. So yeah, both ways, energy of forgiveness needs to be found, and then a lot of beautiful grace coming in on this one as well. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of just a few tarot cards too, to kind of see where things are at for you right now around these wishes and what's coming soon. Let's see. These tarot cards are a little longer than my hands. Oh, we lost our feather. Maybe I shouldn't shuffle that way. There we go. Feather back. Okay. So let's just pull maybe 3 cards and some clarifiers to sort of see what's coming in around this, what you need to know. If there's any more details that Spirit wants to bring in. Page of Cups, 3 of Wands. This is beautiful energy. And then 3 of Cups reversed. This to me is saying that you are really doing the work we've already talked about and really paying attention and really opening your heart to new ideas, new inspiration, new ways of feeling, and really feeling inspired and finding just real true north, amazing alignment with these wishes. This conjunction for you is really potent. It's really connecting you to your true north, and you're really allowing it with that Page of Cups. With the 3 of Cups here, the one thing that is coming through that you might need to watch is the way you might be blocking some community in your life that is actually there to be supportive and is actually would be more of a beautiful influence in your life if you allowed them in, if you allowed them to see your sharkiness, if you allowed them into a more trusted place in your life, if you allowed yourself to believe you were part of this community, whatever it is, there's some sort of block with like really, really beautiful community that is here to support you. And so take a look at that a little bit. Let's see what would happen if you were to sort of identify what this community is. It could be family, it could be some friends around you. It's more in that energy, like people that feel like family or family, but like tight-knit type community. If you were to identify this and let them in, you would find your belonging. You would find, this is even a nod to that, finding that partnership. Like you would find a deeper alignment within yourself, hence that alignment you're looking for, that partnership you're looking for outside of yourself would come in. But there's so much beautiful energy here. It really is like you're really allowing this to flow in. You're really allowing the belief of all of this, and you're really facing your true north with shark daring. But you need to let people in a little bit more, and that's going to help you to accept yourself more, hence feel worthy of being accepted by another more too. So this is where I'm going to leave you guys. So beautiful. I really, really hope that you can find the belief that you deserve the partner and the home and the belonging you deserve, and believing that your artistic potential or already developed skill is something the world wants from you, and yeah, it's time to unleash it and to unleash parts of yourself you've really kind of turned away from too. So, all right, happy Jupiter, Neptune, and Pisces wishing, and I hope this is the most magical dream come true for you. Okay, see you guys. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading about getting in tune with how to manifest a beautiful, magnificent dream with the current Neptune, Jupiter conjunction in Pisces. This is a timeless reading, so no matter when you come to this, this conjunction is kind of seeping through this reading to channel into you from whatever time and space you're at. But if you do watch this just as it is uploaded or shortly after, currently there is a beautiful Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in Pisces, as I talked about in the intro, and we really want to help you to tune into believing in a dream and a new intention that is more magnificent than you have been willing to let yourself imagine before. So these cards are going to represent the different elements of earth, air, fire, and water, and we're going to see how these elements within your life are playing out, and so like a peek into maybe what you can do to make them more inviting, or just to be aware of and plugged into them in relation to potential wishes that are attached to this conjunction for you. So okay, let's look at what we've got. We've got aconite for earth element, the new thatch for air, divine mother for fire, beautiful, and weeping willow for water. Okay, so right off the bat, I actually sort of want to move the water next to the earth here. I feel like these are somewhat related. There's something in your instincts and the physical aspect of your life that really wants to show you that an intense power that you have to me, because this is the earth element, it's like an instinctual power that you have. In the past, I think it's gotten you in trouble, so you sort of have a lot of dread about acting on instinct and being connected to your instinct, because it's possible that you've hurt others before, or that you've been manipulated around this instinct, almost like weaponized in a way. So this is, aconite is an herb that in more old times was used like on the tips of arrows to poison, or as a poison people would use in the night to really take an enemy out. So it is a plant that can be weaponized, but it also, this card talks a lot about being able to get past dread and into a certain courage. So you do have an instinct that is very sharp and it's very piercing, and it's just that you need to learn how to use it with more love and more precision for the greater good. And to get over the fear you've had of this instinct. I think maybe when you were younger, you just didn't know how to channel this really precise. With the Scorpion in here, I feel like maybe some of you have a lot of Scorpio energy in you. And so like maybe instincts have brought out stinging words or stinging actions. But with maturity, I think this card is coming up to say that like you need to really tap into this because there's something more than what you've experienced. This energy, this instinct you have really can be used as a beautiful force of love in the world. And you currently have a new level of maturity to trust yourself to tap back into this instinct and to use it and to learn how to use it with like more of a loving approach and lens. And this weeping willow, I feel like in your emotional body and your subconscious, there's been some grief here. I think whatever's happened in the past with instinct, it's really affected your emotional body and given you a lot of feelings of grief over what's happened. And this is just saying like you need to tap into a natural flexibility you do have in your emotions to just see this all in a very different way and to step foot into using it again, this instinct, in a way that utilizes the fluidity and the softness and the heartfelt energy of your emotions to come from a really compassionate place. And this will help to release a layer of grief that's been around you, and to really unleash something that is just like a little bit more gentle and nourishing and nurturing. And then we see with the air energy mentality, so stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming in. And I think this is all directly connected to this instinct. Everything seems to be referencing the impressions I'm getting, or everything's really referencing this instinct you have, and you just need to see it in a different light. You need to, you may have repressed your instinct so much, like maybe even there were things that happened pre-cohesive memory, where you really, or just when you were so young that you don't even remember what this is about, but there's something about your instincts that you really repress and don't let out, and that you're scared of, but they can be used in such a beautiful, compassionate way. And right now there is information coming into you that's going to give you, and so you really need to watch for this. You need to open your heart. You need to watch for information coming, maybe even just make intentions about what is it about my instincts that I need to know that I've repressed. Because new knowledge, new information are coming in that are going to completely shift your perspective and allow you to let out this kind of really precise instinct, but in a way that's for the purpose of love, for the purpose of mothering, whether it's becoming a mother or like mothering the world, or really dedicating yourself to nourishing and the beauty of taking care of people, the earth, whatever, some sort of like stewardship role coming in. But you really need to tap into this instinct that you've repressed or felt was a bit dangerous in you, because it's needed for some reason in connection to big, beautiful, compassionate wishes connected to this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. So it's getting over, there's something here about getting over some dread and really tapping into, this conjunction is all about a belief in something, believing in yourself to gain precision and control through love, to unleash this in a way that is really nourishing and graceful and compassionate and mothering, in a very driven, explosive, not explosive, but like driven, willful, illuminated, magnetic way. Really gorgeous. So yeah, there's some kind of fear you're needing to cut through, and recognition of a new maturity you've come into, that you're really ready to tap into some instincts that have been either subconsciously or consciously repressed. It's hard to say. It might be different for each of you. But it's ready to be used in like a, sometimes poison is a remedy, and so this instinct that has been repressed out of like a fear of it being more of a poison is actually, in the current climate of your life or the world, becoming something that is a remedy that can be used with love and compassion and grace and nurturing. So yeah, just like really be open to any sort of grief that's holding an instinct down, new information that's coming to you that's opening a different perspective, and really tapping into a drive and a fire in you that's, how is it that you're wanting to nurture right now, and step into some sort of divine mother archetype, and that might really help you find the courage you need to kind of pull out whatever instinct this is talking about. Okay, so let's look a little bit more closely at trying to identify a little more context around what your beautiful, magical wish is, intention coming through with this energy. Ooh, the shaman, the mother again. You can't make this up. Let's get one more. And the poet. So the poet and the shaman are very connected to me. This is like really straddling worlds to bring information in. Like you may have some sort of ability to go into realms that you or others may find a little bit perceive as like dark or scary. So this instinct really may have to do with like, mediumship, or being able to connect to guides in the other world, or being able to help do like soul retrievals and power retrievals and connection with guides and bringing information back, like straddling worlds. And there's something I think that this instinct, this ability you have, was either shamed in you and deemed as a poison, or, like maybe you come from a religious background where that kind of stuff is like really frowned upon or something. But I think it's time to have a new perspective with this, and to see what a gift it is and how it actually can be used rather as something that was either perceived as dark or used in a more poisonous, dark way. Like maybe, there was a time you used sort of a otherworldly ability to, send ill wishes or something, or your culture deemed whatever this instinct is in you, this shaman poet instinct in you, as sort of like negative, so you repressed it. But a new perspective is coming in, and you need to re-explore this because it's something that's tapping you into this deep mothering ability. But your mothering ability that you crave, that you have a fire for, is so connected to you being able to straddle worlds and to bring back the wisdoms through words and lyricism and rhythms that, you know, don't necessarily make sense as sentences and summaries, but there's a feeling to the way you phrase things that brings a comprehension that's beyond the words, that's beyond the worlds. And you're really ready to mother the world through, this connection to other realms, this connection to being able to bring back information that's a little bit beyond language and words, but is so comprehensive and so wise and so magical, and you really ground it through an art, through a composition, and through how you nurture, through how you show up in the world to nourish and nurture. And that's your intention with this. So it's time to like really tap back into it. And there's something magical available to you. There's some wish you can make here. And I really do feel like your wish is something about being able to mother, whether it's literally your own child, a community, the world, nurture a wisdom path, like a shamanistic path, whatever it is, like you're meant to kind of hold the keys to the land of something. You are the steward of something and hold the keys to it, and because you know how to nourish it properly. But you need to allow this thing out that either was used previously negatively or perceived negatively. Let's get a little bit more about this. Spirit, and silence. Interesting. I feel like it's through channeling some silence that you can really get in touch with this. I think you need to spend a day in silence maybe to reconnect to this instinct and these abilities and this wish that you have, and like really still it. Really calm your mind, calm your emotions, calm your breath, calm your fire, so you can see deep into this. This is deep stuff. So like seeing down to the depths of something that sunk so far down into your waters because it's something you abandoned, and that silence is going to still all the layers of your energies to such a depth that you will so clearly see this, and the spirit, your fire, that divine mother, you're going to pull these back out, this shaman quality, this poetess quality back out, and it's going to reignite your spirit, which is because the divine mother came under the fire here, which is the nurturing, and it's going to give you like a new revival. So really beautiful. Okay, so I think we have a little bit of identification of what this is about. So let's look at your relationship to put in your own words, because it's going to be different for everybody, but like this wish to be a divine mother of poetry and shamanism. What is your relationship to this wish right now? What do you need to know? Awareness. I think because this is like sort of not typical type of wishes or things that would like easily come to mind. I think it's just, yeah, like this reading might be giving you a new awareness, and this 11 here is a new portal that is opening up with this conjunction, with this energy, this intention setting energy to walk through a whole new portal. You're really, really like the access to the other world is really opening to you right now. And so like really opening your awareness to that is, shuffling the wrong cards. Let's see, here we go. It says the energy of awareness supports our capacity to focus our attention on all aspects of a multidimensional world. You can't make that up. So that we create a reality that we truly choose. So your connection to the poet and the shaman is about creating realities, different realities. And you know how to bring that in and ground it into this world in a very mothering, nurturing, beautiful way. And so you need to find some stillness to connect to the awareness, to connect to these multidimensional worlds, the other worlds. It's really going to light your spirit up in such a beautiful way. Parenting, 63. Yeah, I mean, 6, 3 equals 9. Those are all these like super important mathematical numbers for creation. So literally, you may literally want to be a mother, and this is a big wish coming through, or it's really accepting your role as kind of a parental mother figure of bringing in new realities, birthing new realities. Yeah, so beautiful. Okay, before we end, we are going to take a look at a few tarot cards to just see kind of what's happening around this wish right now, anything else you need to know, what's coming up here, what cosmics want to say to High Priestess. Yes, that is your mother style. So what I was getting, like, even if you do literally wish to be a mother of a child, or if it's like a little bit more abstract mother, like you're not, that mothering quality connected to the fire element, it didn't feel like mommy energy to me. It feels like protection of something divine, something spiritual. And so I love seeing this High Priestess come up. And again, the way that this, it's the second card in the major arcana, or card 2 in the major arcana anyway. And the way it's labeled is with, the Roman numerals. So it looks like the 11. And that's again showing the portal that you have access to. But this is more like the Divine Mother as grandmother, as like the sacred keeper of worlds, of worldly creation, of intuition. You have a deep intuitive, that's maybe what that instinct is a deep intuitive instinct. You're really needing to get still to connect with it again, to work on your third eye a lot. So practice, like I've found for me that music can really help with that, like singing bowls, and just laying very still, breathing stilly, closing your eyes, and really focusing in on that space between the brows. And for whatever reason, when singing bowls or music that's not too chaotic comes on, it really ignites colors in there for me. So you might want to practice that, because like really tapping into the third eye and intuition is something I think is important in this wish you're tapping. Knight of Wands, the other worlds. This is in relation to astrology, the Knight of Wands is the energy of Sagittarius, which is the master of two worlds, of perspective, of pushing outside of comfort zone. So yeah, this is, you know, shaman energy again, straddling two worlds, bringing back the wisdoms, the expansions, new realities, new perspectives. And Seven of Pentacles here. That's maybe the one I want to clarify a little bit more, but you're investing. This is an investment for you. This is something that could be fruitful for you, but you have to treat it as an investment. It could take time for, yeah, that's what I want to say is like the wish around this, the manifestation that you want to bring forth, the great dream. It's not going to happen overnight. This is an investment, and it's going to take time for you to see the fruits of your labor, but you will if you trust it, if you believe in it, if you do the work. I think because this instinct has been repressed for so long, it's, you know, you have some work to do to reconnect to it, to mature it, to develop it and hone it into a skill and a tool. But keep with that belief, keep with that passion that it will keep igniting in you, and in time, it's really going to pay off. It's really going to be something fruitful for you. Yeah, so I wanted to clarify that it will. You're not going to see the return on investment for a little bit, but when you do, it is going to be a never-ending renewable source of material stability for you. So really, really tap into the belief of this, tap into this beautiful intuitive instinct that somehow got clouded in a weird way, whether it was you using it immaturely as a youngster, or others deeming certain powers you had as negative or dark or whatever it was. It's time to see this with a different light, to open to it, to bring it out of the archives, to, what's the word I'm looking for? The archaeologists, they're like unearth this thing with a archaeological dig. It's sort of like been preserved, and you need to unearth it and reconnect with it and rebuild it. And it's really, you know, even though the return on investment is going to be a while, it's such a magical, grand, beautiful thing, and it's going to feed your fire. So you're going to have this ability to stick with it, that longevity. It really has, you know, more immediately this power to like really turn your fires on, turn your will, your drive, your passion on. So that is where I'm going to leave you. Gorgeous reading. I'm really excited for you guys and for this transit in your life. And good luck channeling your mother and your poet and your shaman to really birth and nurture new realities is what I think is coming. So yeah, I will see you in another reading, you guys. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading all about what big, beautiful, magnificent, magical wish is possible right now with the Neptune-Jupiter conjunction in Pisces. And even though this is a transit currently happening a little bit before I upload this video, but as I'm doing this reading, it's the day of. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come to this, that conjunction is wanting to communicate with you and bring some big wish up to your surface. And so being the pile of fire, there's going to be something, I think, with the card associated that I used, the deck that I used to associate with fire, that's important here, but we'll see when we get there. But we're going to look at, this reading really wants to help you to Bring awareness to and alignment to different aspects of your body and energy and psyche, whatever, mind, body, emotion, to help you get in alignment and open to this really big, beautiful intention setting window. So when we set an intention, we really need to have it feel right in us when we set it. And otherwise, there's already like a block there. If you already have a disbelief in it or some weirdness around it. So we're going to explore what potential is coming through here and where you need to bring a little bit more alignment and attunement. So we're going to look at the, all the different energies, earth, air, fire, water, to kind of see what's coming in, how these are relating to something trying to come in, and what we need to do there. And then we'll move on to some other, trying to identify more clearly what wish is wanting you to attach to it and your relationship to it, and then some tarot after that. Okay, so let's look at your cards. So you have the Plant of Fauna set for Earth. Hey, Peacock. That's a sign too, so that could be really important. That was the feather we used for this deck. So white peacock, but this is a regular peacock. Priestess of Light, go with the flow, letting go, cleansing, receiving. So that might be something very important. And then Grasshopper. Okay, so let's start over here with the first card, which is the earth element. So soul, body, grounding, place, what's happening here. So the wish that's coming in is really wanting you to literally, as I already mentioned, there's something that you're needing to bring into alignment. So tapping into this herb, this was a plant that in past times when we used more herbal remedies was used to settle bones. So like when you had chills and fever, to kind of settle that clacking from shaking, but also was used to set bones. So there's something about like bringing things into alignment, dispelling bacterias, really just like something about bringing things into alignment. So because this is the Earth card, I want to say there's something about like, I don't know why specifically this is coming to me, but like where you live, there's an alignment that's needed to be made. Okay. We'll see if something more comes up with that. And then the air energy, so your mind, what this conjunction and wish opening has to say in order to like really make your mind all right with what's coming. It says inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. So something really new, like being really open to different perspectives, to a fresh start, really aligning your mentality with that. And then the fire energy, so like drive and will and spirit. So just go with the flow, letting go, cleansing, receiving. So rebirth again, that's coming through again. So an alignment, like a better alignment with where you, whether it's with how you feel in your body or where you are, maybe like living, or maybe both, maybe they connect to each other. There's something rebirthing here. And in your fire, you may be going through a time of like low fire because you're needing to kind of let some clutter clear out before it can like reignite well. So cleansing. This is like an ending, beginning of some sort that's going to bring a better alignment. And then grasshopper, I need the book on this, I forget what that means. Here we go. Moving forward, faith, adventure. So this is your emotional body and potentially your subconscious. So drawing this card tells you to take a leap of faith. Yeah. Grasshoppers only jump forward, never backwards or sideways, and without uncertainty. It may be time to move forward in your life. So go forth and trust your intuition no matter the outcome. Now is the time for a new adventure. Move to a new city, take a road trip, dye your hair a weird color. Yes, I do. I feel, I don't know what it was about this card that was making me feel like, because the book description doesn't necessarily talk about home, but there was something that came up for me around like alignment with where your roots are. And I think emotionally, you need to prepare to move forward, move somewhere else, have a change of scenery. But there's something in your emotional body that needs to prepare for that and welcome it and start, meditating on how it would feel to be somewhere else. And maybe even making a dream board that connects to your feelings of like, where you want to live. If that doesn't feel resonant to you, it could be just about coming into alignment with your body in some way, different ways of taking care of your body. Ooh, should I take all those? Let's see how many there are. Okay, sure, let's do it. Ooh, okay, more than I thought. Oh well. Okay. The flame. So we're gonna look to see if these archetype cards will reveal any more about this potential opening for wishes that's around you. So we have the mirror with a moon on it, so like reflection, the flame, the mask. I feel like the mask and the mirror have a lot in common. These kind of reflect each other. I feel like you've been, actually, flame and desert go together, offering between, okay. There's something where you're grounded, where you have your current home or how you feel in your current body, that you feel like you can't be yourself and you want to be somewhere where the energy of your body and the energy of the place, the energy of your home, whatever it is, like mirrors you a little more, because you really, I think, the biggest dream coming through here to me is like you really wish to take off this mask, this thing of like not being able to feel yourself or be yourself for whatever reason. And yeah, so like really, I really do think you need to make a wish board about whatever it is for you, whether it's body, the home you live in, or the location, like if you want to move somewhere, a totally different state or country or whatever, town. Whatever that is to you, and maybe it's all of these things, I really do think you need to make a mood board that really reflects something, a place, the body where you feel like you, it feels like you, it feels like there's no mask needing to be involved in in this place or sensation of being, and an offering is needing to be made. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. I think that means something totally different to everybody, so I don't want to go deep on that. But this is saying that, okay, I think it's both. I think you need to give an offering to your body and to the earth, maybe of this plant or one that is similar, bonaset. I don't know how available that is. I'm not familiar with it. If that's not familiar, just find something that you want to give to the earth that mirrors how you feel. Maybe that's more what it should be, like gather some herbs or flowers or something that like really mirror how you want to feel, and offer that to the earth. And an offering is going to come to you, whether that is a job that moves you, some kind of support that gives you more time to work on health, a relationship that comes in that brings a new offering of like what's possible in terms of where you live. There's some, but you need to give an offering, and an offer is coming your way that is going to open up this wish to like this is all about like really believing in something so big and so magical for you, and this thing of like where you live and how you feel in your body and needing that to mirror you more correctly rather than mask you might feel like something that you've never been able to wish for. Yeah, it's coming. There's something about an offer coming that's really going to open this up in a way that is so magical and so profound. So it's exciting. And here with the desert and the flame, I want to say that this actually, we can bring this back to the mask and the mirror. You've felt like you've been in a desert, whether you literally have or not. Having to wear a mask or having to not feel like you could be fully yourself in some way has really made you in yourself feel the essence of a desert. Like you're just at that wall of drought and exhaustion and heat and like just shriveling. You feel like you're shriveling up, I feel like. But this mirror, whatever this mirror means to you, and whatever, because maybe I've not touched on exactly what this means to you. It could be more personal. But I'm just using the analogy of like moving somewhere where you feel more yourself. It's going to reignite your flame. Instead of feeling burned from this intense exposed heat, you're going to feel lit up from the inside and alive and vital. And so there's something very physical about this. There's, I knew it was connected to the fire energy. There's something very physical about this, this ability to really be in a body, be in a place, be in a home, feeling rooted in some way, grounded in some way that is just so much more mirrored to who you are. Okay, let's get a little bit more threshold. Just like the new beginning, the letting go here with the priestess and this rebirth with the peacock and the grasshopper saying, take the leap, move forward. You're on a new threshold. This is happening. This is so exciting. So it's more about like, I think there's not a lot you need to do to prepare for this. Like you're ready for it. You just need to believe. You need to find a little bit more belief about it, that this is happening, that this is possible, and prepare yourself. Because it is, anytime you make dramatic changes, cross a different threshold, even if you're so ready for it, there's still things you're leaving behind. So there's still things with that grasshopper moving forward that you're going to have to move on from, that just come with that package that you're ready for. But, sometimes things get lost in the move that you wish didn't have to be. But so it's just more about like preparing yourself, believing in this and preparing yourself because it's happening. Okay, let's look at your relationship to this stream. I really feel like this is a move for the majority of you, not every single one of you. A move, some new circumstance, threshold of a new circumstance that really, even if it's not a move, is just really allowing you to feel more grounded and nourished and in alignment with who you are, where you are, what you look like, how you present yourself, how you're able to be. Intimacy, totally. And I want to, even before reading what this card says, it's like intimacy with yourself. Whatever is happening here, this threshold, you feel so much more connected to who you are and intimate with yourself, hence able to be more intimate with others and life and alive. So the energy of intimacy supports us trusting that we are safe to allow closeness. This mask, it's all about unmasking this thing that like, yeah, there's something in your life that you just can't be yourself, hence you can't be fully intimate with life or allow a certain closeness of life and people and places to you. And this is all changing. I think you've done a lot of inner work, and it's paying off. You're reaping the benefits of some investments you've made in terms of but you have to believe it. I think because we have this desert card and threshold and this sort of energy of like new beginnings and letting certain things go, I feel like this has been a long journey, something you've wanted for a very, very long time. And yeah, it's finally coming true, and you need to believe it, is what's coming through here. Okay, another card on this. Nature. Yeah, this again, nature to me really connects to body, our own rhythms, natural rhythms. Wherever you are, whether it's in your body, your health, your home, your city, your rhythm is not natural, and it makes you, feel a lack of intimacy with yourself and this need to cover something up because, your natural rhythm is off. And then if you add 7 and 4 together, you get 11. And this is again a threshold. You're walking through a portal to a totally new, beautiful thing. So that's gorgeous. Okay, from here we are going to take a look at some tarot cards just to get any more information from Spirit of what's coming up, what you need to know, whatever it wants to tell us. We'll leave that door open. It's been so far different for the other piles, what's come through or type of information coming through. So what does pile 3 need to know about this big wish opening, this magical belief in a big wish? Page of Swords. I just heard the cutting ties with that. I know that's not technically what people usually associate Page of Swords with, but it was cutting ties. And then 2 of Swords, more balance. Somewhere more balanced. You're coming into a more balanced place, cutting ties with something and allowing something more balanced to come in. And it's going to happen very, very quickly. Be ready. And I think you so far have felt like the pile that is like, you're ready for this wish. It's just believing it and preparing. and it's so right here. Like pile 2, their payoff was way down the road. Pile 1 was sort of, could be sooner or later, depending, I think, on the person, but this one is like so clear, like it is coming. This wish is manifesting immediately. Okay. So this may be like, I don't know if you have like maybe Neptune or Jupiter as like a chart ruler for you, or maybe you have a lot of signs in Pisces, planets, or not signs, planets in Pisces or points. But I feel like you have like a really potent connection to where this conjunction Jupiter-Neptune is conjuncting the creatrix. That's what I wanted, just like more information about the balance coming through, what that looks like. Which is, anyway, how I'm reading the Two of Swords in this instance is some harmonious balance. I know that's not how a lot of people would read the Two of Swords, and I don't always read it that way, but what is this balance about? I want one more card. Wow. Amazing. You are stepping into your overall manifesting powers. You're stepping into your birthright as a nurturer and creator and leader. You're going to feel so much more aligned to your emotions, to your thoughts, and an ability to really step into a place of like command rather than hiding. And there's so much fertility and creation and manifesting power around this new balance coming through. So this is like showing who you truly are, what your real balance is you are a queen in mind and emotion, and you are a creator, and you've had to hide this for some reason, or just like you've really been unable to tap it or showcase it or step into that power that you have. And whatever this threshold is you're crossing, whether it is a move or not, which I think for a lot of you it is, this new place is just like really, really aligning you. We talked about that alignment in that first round of cards. It's really aligning you with your, man, you're powerful, and it's just been hidden away, and it's so ready. It's like the volcano, the pressure of the molten rock, just like, or molten lava, just like ready to explode. It's like done being held and contained somewhere, and you're just like, yeah, you're ready to emerge as who you're supposed to be, who you are, and no longer hiding anything about yourself or feeling awkward or hidden or small or whatever it is for you. So gorgeous. All right, that is where I'm going to leave you, pile 3. Good luck with the beautiful, magical manifestations, intentions being made. I feel like a really, really huge change is unearthing for you through this. So it's basically the one thing that came through. The advice is believing this. Say it again, believe it. That's the only thing that would block this from happening, is not believing. So you need to really figure out a way to believe it. It's coming really quickly. All right, I will see you guys in another reading. Hello, pile 4, and welcome to your reading that will help you tap into a grand, beautiful wish and find the belief in it, and help you to understand what's opening to you and clearing and aligning things to help you find the belief you need to actually ground this and manifest it. So initially we're going to look at the energies, earth, air, fire, and water to help see where this current Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in Pisces is sort of the angles it's coming in at you. So like what openings there are and like how you might need to bring awareness, or it's been a little different for each pile. Sometimes it's sort of like things you've needed to bring awareness to and open to, or things that feel blocked that you need to kind of give some TLC to in order to allow this opening to sink into you properly and align with the potential wishes and beliefs you're able to manifest here. Okay, so being the water group, I am going to put a little bit more weight on the card, the deck, the card that I associated with the water element. Also, this is a timeless reading. So even though this is aligning and inspired by a specific transit in the heavens, whenever you come to this reading, that transit, this conjunction, this opening to a big, beautiful seeding time for a magical wish is wanting to connect to you as well. So it doesn't have to be exactly at the time it happens. Okay, let's dive into these initial cards so we can kind of attune your energies to what's coming in and get them open and cleared. Okay. Interesting. Actually, okay, I'm going to put this at the end. Put these, sorry, I have to reorganize this to make sense, I think. Okay, so blue vervain is the earth energy that came through here. So like how you need to physically and soulfully kind of bring awareness to what's going on, as blue vervain really helps us to deepen into a restful place, into sleep, and specifically into dream time in order to process. It definitely references more than just like processing your day, like really difficult things. And so this might be saying that you're having a hard time sleeping, or have always had a hard time sleeping due to potentially some traumas, or just the way your nervous system works, some anxiety or insomnia you experience for whatever reason. And this is saying that magic is around you and coming in that you need to open it to, that is wanting to help you sleep and specifically reach into dream time more prevalently, to help process and heal and restore. To me, I really feel like it's your nervous system. Yes, exactly, because of the jellyfish here. Something about your nervous system is really, I don't know if like a new connection to how your body works. And it may have started with like information you learned, but you've really grounded it and experientially felt and connected to your nervous system, and you're understanding it more. And so able to see and feel and understand the benefit of dream time and the healing it brings. And so like, yeah, one beautiful great wish coming through here for you guys that this conjunction wants for you is to experience dream time, because it's bringing a certain healing specifically to your nervous system, but also maybe to some traumas for some of you. And the jellyfish is also emotionally showing that this is a transit that is really allowing you to tap into relief in nervous system. So jellyfish actually lack a central nervous system. And so they really, this card symbolizes really embracing a go with the flow, a simplicity. And I think that's something I'm actually going to put this first, to tap into the dream time, to tap into some healing in your nervous system. You need to let life be more simple. And that is like the biggest, yes, exactly, because this is the water pile. This is the biggest thing that needs to come through in this wish that's trying to attach to you, is to allow life to be more simple, and it will bring so much healing and so much beauty and understanding and connection and nurturance of your nervous system, which is going to bring so much healing through being able to go into dream time. And beyond the healing, just being able to connect you to a source of abundance. Dream time is this place where we can, dream realities into being and see the connection to what's abundantly possible and the abundance of imagination, of dreams. Sacred gratitude showing up here in the fire area. So reverent appreciation and prayer. I think beyond meditation, and you don't have to be religious, you don't even have to be spiritual, but there's something about, I almost want to say chanting. I think you need to find some chanting, some attunement with sounds of words, even though that might be more of an air thing. There's something about sound and saying chants or mantras out loud with a reverence that really lights something up inside of you. You don't even have to know what they mean. Just find sounds that you can use, that you can say out loud. Specifically, I think you need to say these out loud, and something about that's really going to calm your nervous system and light a new fire in you that's very sacred and very special. And it's really, this is like showing what could come out of doing all of this work is like such a more calm, reverent, sacred connection to yourself and to life. I think that's something that's really been maybe missing for you guys, and a slowness, a calmness, a connection to space and self and words, and just like make everything sacred, make everything special in this calm, simple, like life can be so beautiful when you simplify it. And there's just like, this beautiful gratitude that's going to flow out of you by being willing to cultivate a more sacredness and a more simple connection to life. And then the Oriole bird came through with the Feather Oracle for the air. So in mind, what's coming through here, a new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change. So this to me feels like a process. That's not how any of the other piles have felt, but this is a process. You need to simplify your life, be a little bit more go with the flow, take some things off your plate, heal your nervous system, hence find yourself more able to get into dream time and the magic of potential and regeneration and healing through that simplifying, through that dream time, weaving a more sacred and grateful connection to life that really lights you from the inside. And by doing all of this work, some new creative venture is going to arise in you that is going to be so simple and so easy, yet so beautiful and harmonious. And it's going to bring such a positive change for you. So this is the energy you need to attune to in order to like really harness the energy of this conjunction and be able to align in the belief of I think ultimately what this positive venture is, creative venture. Ooh, how many cards is here? Should we take these? Let's do it. Just 3. Okay. So a little bit more context we're going to try and find about like what wishes you should be making, what kind of wishes are trying to connect to you, which will come in, you know, more pronounced and more profoundly the more you align yourself with this stuff we've already talked about. So the stone, the underworld. Let's see. I don't have room here. Okay. We've got the stone, the underworld, and the womb. Yeah, I mean, I actually want to put stone at the end. I think that there's been a lot of anxiety in you, and this transit is bringing an opening to really understand this and move past it and find a whole different foundation in your life, like really seeing down to the soul level, seeing what's down in the roots of your life and the soul of who you are, down into your soul, down into what brings stability, what makes you feel safe with the womb, what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel like you can womb and blue vervain with the dream time. Feel very connected here. Yeah, the wish you should be making is to feel completely safe and held in life in order to connect to your womb space and dream time. And by doing this, you're really going to manifest a feeling that's much more stable, solid, in command, structured, grounded, and calm, just solid. Something more, a more solid feeling in your life. It's what you're after. This is the work you have to do, that you have to align with, that's needed in order to anchor this in and to manifest ultimately what you want is feeling solid, feeling stable, secure, and completely confident in order to bring positive change through like creative ventures. Okay, let's get another oracle card. Imagination completely. Again, blue vervain, the womb, dream time. Imagination is really, I want to pick one more of these, is really trying to enter your life, which doesn't surprise me. This Jupiter, Neptune, and Pisces is so dreamy, is so imaginative, and it's just very fertile for you, but you need to, calm something about your nervous system and simplify your life in order to like really unleash this creative imagination you have and make it something that can be a solid thing for you. That, you have a creativity and an imagination. A lot of people with a deep, soulful imagination do have a lot of doubt to overcome and can sometimes come off as like childish or immature or silly or young or something. But this energy, this being able to bring nothingness into being, to it all of life, the foundation of what we build on, what moves then into theories and then sciences and practical applications. We have to imagine things first. So it's like really the most important foundational thing. And so it's so important. And I think that's part of an anxiety you need to uncover with this underworld, like going down into doing this soul work, is to recognize how important imagination is, and how much respect it deserves, because there's something about you that feels like it's not respectable, I feel like, and it gives you anxiety, and you just need to simplify, and you need to honor and find the sacredness of imagination and the positivity of it, and use it to make your life rock solid, because you have an imagination that is important, that everything is depending on, that the future is depending on, that the people you perceive as maybe feeling inadequate in comparison to like an astrophysicist and a philosopher and an attorney or whatever, a doctor, a neuroscientist, whatever it is that you feel inadequate in comparison to, those people in the future are depending on you. The future people that you currently deem as the serious people and the respectable people, the next wave of those will be nothing unless you guys unleash your imagination. The future depends on you, and you need to take that seriously and really find the respect for that within yourself. Magic, you have, exactly, that's why I wanted another card. There's something more there. You are filled with magic, and you need to ground this, and you need to, to me, this is so much about, like, I feel like you have a nervous energy around really unleashing this for whatever reason. And so you complicate your life, and you think you need to do big things or be taken more seriously or do this or that. And it just winds you up, and it makes you insecure and anxious and creates certain traumas. And you need to release trying to do all these things to, I don't know why it's coming through to me. I think with the stone, that's what it is. It's like respect. Like, you so want respect, but you don't think this God-given talent and beauty you have is respectable. And so you keep complicating your life and trying to do things that you're not meant for. And it makes you anxious, and it gives you trauma, and it complicates everything, and you make things too complicated. And you just need to simplify and unleash this beautiful gift you have, and it is going to give you respect, and it is going to create solid foundations for you. Enough. Done. Okay. You guys got a little lecture from me. Sorry. Okay. What is your relationship, now that we know that the intentions you need to set are about simplifying and trusting the beauty of your imagination and your magic and the gifts you have, and allow your life to be simple around that and special and sacred around that? Like, what is any other things you need to understand about your relationship to this? Originality. The frequency of originality supports our capacity to be unique and original creators of unlimited possibilities in every moment. Possibility of dream time, the womb, imagination, magic. You are an original soul, and you keep blocking it, I feel like, and it's just time to step into this. It's a huge, huge, huge dream for you, but you've just, whatever judgments there have been around it, you haven't felt like it was either something that could support you or be taken serious enough, and it's time to stop that nonsense and understand the holy original being that you are. And just you need to believe in your abilities of imagination and that your life can be simple, organized around that, and fruitful and powerful, and trust what it can bring you. Trust the stability and magic that it holds. Time out 37. Yeah, I think time out to me is a referral to dream time in the womb. Part of your relationship to this intention and wish of being able to unleash your originality and magic and imagination is regular timeouts in dream time, in womb space, to pull out the unfathomable, to birth, incubate new realities, new imaginations, new magic, new dreams. You need to, that's part of that simplicity that is coming through, that's needed, is the timeouts. You need regular timeouts to connect into dream time and womb space, and really nourish your well of imagination. Okay, we are going to look lastly at a few tarot cards just for any extra information that Spirit wants to bring through, anything we need to know, that you need to know, things coming up, what's the energy around this potential intention and manifestation and big dreamy magic coming for you. Yeah, okay, I'll get to that in a second. Wow. It's so funny how much context determines how you read tarot cards. I'm just laughing because I just did a different reading where the Hanged Woman came out, and I just read it so differently than I want to read it here, and it just, context completely changes meaning sometimes. The Hanged Woman in this completely, to me, is that time out and that dream time and that womb space. This is just reconfirming that you really, again, you need to simplify your life in order to give yourself those time outs, to go to dream time, to go to other worlds, to see different realities, to see differently, to this card is very connected to Neptune, actually, which is part of this reading's foundational, spark, is that Neptune Jupiter conjunction in Pisces, and this is very much so about and I love this image, and I love that it's the Hanged Woman instead of the Hanged Man. She's dreaming. She's in a different world. She's upside down. There's a web being spun around her of creation. She's imagining and creating through giving herself this time out. And she's flowing like the jellyfish. She looks so relaxed. Her nervous system is at peace. She's completely given herself over to dream time and the dark void of nothingness where creation begins. And she's allowed her ego to empty, her old thoughts, old beliefs, anything about her to empty, to completely give herself over to potential and imagination and creation. It's gorgeous. And then the star is just that, like vision, hope, renewed hope. Maybe that's what your imagination brings in, is a bunch of amazing, magical connections to bringing new hope alive. But also just saying that you have star potential in your imagination. This is where you're going to find hope in your life. So you really need to start taking this seriously. This is where your true north is. And then 7 of Wands upside down is like, I mean, this card can talk about sort of imagined, not quite enemies, like competitors that aren't as much of a threat as they appear to be. And that is very much so true for you. Like whatever you're doing may be a little bit competitive, whatever new creative sparks you have and how you channel your imagination, whatever you do with that. I think you have some false beliefs. Actually, I don't even think there's any competitors. You have some false beliefs about competition, but there is no competition. When you show up in this energy and when you actually step into this and start doing it, you're going to find that that imagining of competitors is completely false. There's no competitors for what you're doing. You are an original, like we saw before. Let's get a little bit more context around the 7 of Wands and 5 of Swords. Another card here. Yeah, you need to rise above your own mindset. This is all in your mind. That there's like competition or a lack of a market or something for you. You need to rise above those thoughts. Yeah, you need to be fair to yourself. You need to find the reality of the situation. And I feel like this is what's going to happen when you let go of this thinking of like you aren't a match for the competition or something. When you can let go of this, then justice comes through and it shows you that like you have the exact balance and makeup and concoction to manifest this wish in a harmonious, beautiful light. I mean, look at all these things in this card. I love it. There's butterflies down here. She's weighing all the different elements. I think it's hard to see what all those things are, but like she's an egg. Her head is an egg cracking open with butterflies coming out, and there's butterflies arising around her. This is almost like another version of the star to me, the way it's illustrated. You're finding your harmony, you're finding your balance, and it's really that imagination, your mind, what you possess is really being unleashed into the world in just the most poetic, beautiful, magnificent, potent and powerful way. Yeah, you need to get out of certain false beliefs you have that are draining some of your spark, and you need to rise above thinking that there's not a market and public support for what you do, the way you're wanting to channel your creative imagination. So yeah, this is all about like just really believing in the power of your imagination, simplifying your life, unleashing it, believing in your imagination, and finding that it just elevates you to the place you deserve and gives you some star power. Yeah, I think you're coming out of this as a star if you're able to believe in yourself and move forward and do all the things we've talked about. So that's where I'm going to leave you, pile 4. This is so beautiful and magical, and all the best of wishes and blessings for you to believe in this potential for yourself, to connect with it, to anchor it into your life, and really unleash this thing that has the potential to, make all of your wishes come true. So I will see you in another reading. See you guys.